Well, tonight on the evening news, some new video showing us the moments before a security guard pulls out a gun and shoots two customers at a sports bar, killing one of them. Look at this footage. In it, the guard can be seen pulling a chair out from underneath a customer, who then falls to the floor and pops back up. That guard appears to be the same one captured in another video obtained by ABC13, fighting with customers before pulling out a gun and firing. All of this happening early Sunday morning at Ojos Locos. A grand jury will decide if that security guard will face charges.
And tonight, a 14-year-old is accused of driving a stolen green truck with 4 preteen passengers inside. One as young as 11 years old. Police say the truck hit a Lexus after rolling through a stop sign. That driver was hospitalized. Now, before the crash, police say an officer started following the teens, and the teens got nervous, then ran that stop sign. Investigators don't know when the truck was stolen.
Well, the threat of rain could mean a dreary and maybe slow commute tonight and tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Travis Herzog has an update for us. Travis?
Yeah, we're watching that front. There's some scattered rain showers developing along it, so you might get some briefly heavy rainfall. And the temperatures are going to drop from the 70s into the 50s after that front clears your neighborhood. The highest rain chances will be in these next few hours as the front is blowing its way in toward Houston. All of this is slowly pushing its way down toward the upper Texas coastline. So when you look at the temperatures outside, it's a big difference between Houston at 74 and College Station at 50. Bastrop is at 44 degrees. This front is going to make you be reaching for your jacket tomorrow, as it's going to be a tough climb out of the 50s, and we're looking at rain chances as well. We do expect just about everyone to fall into the 50s along and north of I-10, even some upper 40s off to the northwest of Houston, mid-60s in Galveston, and we do think that the front will just clear the coast, and that matters because that means that you'll be getting a reduction in the fog that has rolled in earlier, the fog that rolled in earlier today. Now, again, it's going to be tough for the temperatures to get out of the 50s, especially up north where we expect a higher chance of getting some rainfall. Here's a look at future track 10 o'clock. That front is near or just south of the 59 corridor, and it eventually makes its way down to the upper Texas coastline by about 6 o'clock in the morning, with some scattered rain showers continuing well to the north of the front and right along the front. So it will still be somewhat of a dreary morning commute. Most of us won't be driving through any heavy rainfall, but there will certainly be some nuisance showers around. Now, this front is going to stall out near the upper Texas coastline through the day on Tuesday. Jet stream disturbances continue to bring times of scattered showers, especially late in the afternoon into the evening. And then a stronger push of cold air will arrive on Wednesday to finally push everything away and bring back the sunshine. So have your jacket the next couple of days. Have the umbrella as well, along with the ABC13 Houston News app to keep tabs on the radar. Then for Thursday and Friday, looking good. Valentine's Day still looks rather lovely. 40 in the morning, 62 in the afternoon. Then for the weekend, the sunshine goes away, the clouds return, and back to that dreary weather pattern that'll take us through much of next week.
All right, Travis, thanks a lot. Let's get you now to that murder trial in Fort Bend County. Tomorrow, a jury will continue deliberating in the shooting death of 8-year-old Damari Adkins.
She was killed back in 2017 while sitting in her mother's car after a traffic accident. ABC13's Marla Carter has more from Fort Bend County.
Jury's deliberations will continue tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The jury began deliberating around 1 o'clock or just before 1 o'clock this afternoon. Now, this trial started a week ago Friday. Jacoby Payton is facing a capital murder charge. In closing arguments, the state said gun residue in Payton's car, along with shell casings, prove he was the shooter. He also told detectives he was at the scene the night of the shooting. But the defense says the evidence doesn't prove it was Payton, and said there are other possible suspects out there. In February of 2017, Damari's mother, Latoya, was driving down Fuquay near the Beltway when a car ran a red light, causing Latoya to hit the car. Her daughter, Damari, was in the back seat. Detectives say soon after, another car pulled up. It was driven by Jacoby Payton. Prosecutors say that Payton started shooting at the car Damari was in, killing the little girl. Today in court, they talked about the scientific evidence.
And I submit to you that the fact that there is, first of all, gunshot residue in Jacoby Payton's car has been undisputed. That science is correct and accurate in this case.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there are reasonable doubts. Do not do it. Do not do it. This man is innocent.
The jury is not sequestered, and again, they return tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Reporting from the Fort Bend County Courthouse, Marla Carter, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
An emotional vigil just wrapped up for a Texas City man who died after a car crash on Saturday. 20-year-old Fabian Garnica survived the crash but was electrocuted by a downed power line. His girlfriend was also injured in the crash, and she says she just learned she was pregnant when she went to the hospital for her injuries.
And it's something that he wanted. And a week before he passed away, he woke me up out of my sleep and told me that he had a dream that I was pregnant and he's seen me pregnant. And I felt like that was a sign to him to be able to see me pregnant before he passed away. Police are investigating the cause of the crash, which did not involve any other vehicles.
All right, a century of local history gone in minutes. A fire destroyed a Rosharon church, but the pastor says this is not the end for this house of worship that has called and served that community for 100 years.
Yes, ABC13's Nick Notario talked to the pastor about how they plan to rebuild.
Walking around the debris doesn't make it any easier for Pastor Carlton Wade.
It's still not sinking in. It's still a shock. It's like it's not real.
Wade has been a member of Greater New Macedania Baptist Church in Rosharon for nearly 20 years, a congregation that's lasted a century.
Those my study Bibles, they made it.
But now, Wade is suddenly faced with a real-life sermon.
How can you find joy when you're going through it? So how can I find joy?
Early Sunday morning, the church caught fire. Everything from religious objects, old photos, and kitchen equipment was destroyed.
Nothing. Everything, that's it. You're looking at it.
Brazoria County Fire Marshal's office says the cause is undetermined, but they believe it was sparked by an electrical issue. After standing for 100 years, the church was gone in minutes.
My mind still has not grasped that it's not here.
Wade says because of the building's age, they weren't able to get fire insurance. Because of this, there's no money to rebuild. But he says that's not going to stop a congregation of about 70.
We need help. We need help. We like starting out I got 2 pennies in my pocket. I'm gonna get your 2 pennies, and then I'm gonna get about 100 million more 2 pennies, and I'm gonna be all right.
Pennies, he hopes, will build a new church, one that'll last another 100 years and give him reason to smile when he walks around the church grounds.
I trust God. I just trust him, and it's going to come back. It's going to be something to see.
That was Nick Notario reporting. Well, tonight, Fort Bend County deputies praising a man they say saved a driver who crashed into a creek last week. You showed you these images from Sky Eye. Crews on the scene of this accident off of Lake Olympia Parkway and the Fort Bend County toll road last Thursday. Deputies say that driver lost control and crashed into the creek, but a good Samaritan saw the whole thing and jumped in that water to save the driver. Today, the Precinct 2 Constable's office thanked him for his efforts.
I just want to say thank you very much, and the deputies want to say thank you very much for assisting them, and just for a wonderful job you did that day.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And at the end of it, me and this big deputy here both bowed our heads and gave thanks to God we believe God saved that man's life.
Now, the driver was treated at the scene but refused to go to the hospital.
You might have endured that major closure on the West Loop this weekend. Well, construction, of course, is not finished yet. It will go on for the next several years. Here's the closure for tonight along the West Loop. A total closure northbound right at US 59. All traffic led to the feeder road at West Park and then allowed back on after Westheimer. So your alternate route is the feeder or your favorite side street. We have real-time traffic data for you anytime at abc13.com/traffic.
In the air at Houston Methodist Hospital, just in time for Valentine's Day, nurses, doctors, and staff arranged a wedding for a terminal brain cancer patient today in the chapel.
It was a beautiful ceremony and one he and his longtime girlfriend say they'll never forget. ABC13's Erica Simon has the heartwarming story.
So my social worker, Sarah, and chaplain Cynthia, who had never done anything like this before, arranged this for us.
Corey Cunningham proposed to his longtime girlfriend, Taisha Evans, 5 times in all. Her battling breast cancer and his travels for work didn't make a marriage conducive for them back in the day, but then came the stage 4 brain cancer diagnosis, just 1 month after Taisha was declared cancer-free. That changed everything.
I couldn't imagine
not marrying my best friend while he was here and I had the opportunity to do it.
There were plenty of tears during the ceremony and moments where the couple had to pause. There was also laughter, especially when it was time to exchange rings.
He said, "You've been eating salt, huh?"
The bond between Corey and his second family in the radiology and oncology department was evident through the handshakes, fist bumps, and sniffles. Throwing him a wedding was a labor of love they would do again and again.
This is so exciting. Beyond this, just this moment of professing their love in front of their family and friends and some of the care team.
Marriage is the promise between two people who love one another and who trust in that love.
Although the future is uncertain,
I now pronounce you, sir, and you, ma'am, husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
This bond is forever.
We will continue to laugh. We will continue to talk. We will continue to be grateful for each other, love each other.
At the Texas Medical Center, Erica Simon, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
What an inspiring story, and we send our congratulations to the
Definitely.
couple. All right, thanks for getting caught up with us tonight on the Evening News.
Yeah, and be sure to join us tonight at 10 on ABC 13. Good night.